Alright, so this is a review on Nine's album. It's called Crabs in a Bucket. And the interesting thing about this album is it also comes with a film again, like his previous. Um, so the artwork is fucking phenomenal. It's not just phenomenal, it's fucking phenomenal. And simply because it actually relates to the title of the album and just it's the way it's done. Like man's leaning over the bucket. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like he leaned over the bucket like he's outside the bucket. He's looking down, and in the bucket, it's like a massive bucket, and it's got like a group, like loads of people, and like they're having their hands up trying to reach. Now, there's two things you can take from that. There is, oh, pull, like, minus the title of the album, yeah, Crabs in a Bucket, but it's a thing of, if you're that reach of help me, like help me, help me, help me, help me, um, help me get out of this situation. But then the other thing is, oh, help me, and by you helping me, I'm gonna pull you into trouble. Now they may not mean that they want to pull you into trouble, but by what they've been doing or what they want to do, leads them into that trouble. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and the person that got out at first, that reached, do you see what I mean? It's like they never thought that it was going to end up that situation. They're just trying to help. Yeah, there's many examples of this crabs in the bucket situation. Many examples. When you don't do nothing, hey, let me get into that in a bit. But anyway, so there's like 17 tracks. So there's the intro, Energy featuring Scraps, Clout, Realist featuring Nave Smalls and Funds, Monster, Airplane Mode featuring NSG, then NIC featuring Tiggs the Author, then Don't Change featuring Northside of Benji, then Lights featuring Louis Ray, then Money Ain't a Thing featuring Roy Woods, then there is Ring-a-Ling featuring Heady One and Odil, then Flavors, Flex featuring Northside Benji, and Read Between, I think that's how you pronounce it, and then Stalker Interlude featuring Cherry, then there's Movie Nights, then All Stars 2 featuring Clavish, Frosty, QT, and Chapo CSB, and then you got the outro. So as usual, normally I take one song because out of context or in context, it is what it is, but I'm going to use the title, which is Crabs in the Bucket. And like I said, there was a movie with this, and from my understanding, it basically was exactly, he used obviously some of the music from the album, and yeah, it was interesting because parts of it, you can see why it would feel like it's a crabs in the bucket situation that he's going through or been through, and because it's like you're helping someone, and like in a way you feel obligated to help them, because it's like if you don't help them, especially if it's your family and your friends, if you don't help them, they're gonna say you don't do nothing, you don't help them, blah blah blah. And then you see what I'm saying? But then the flip side of that, of helping them, is you're enabling them. Do you see what I'm saying? You're enabling them to continue to do certain things, which could also put you into some problems. Which is, if you, like, I don't want to give too much away of the movie, but if you watch it, you will see what I mean. The other thing about that movie, what I noticed, which was counselling, and it took me to a situation, yeah, where basically, like, it was interesting because I had like a woman counselor as well. This was when I was like a kid, which is interesting. But like, anyway, in fact there was two of them, but one was, I don't want to go too much details with my situation, innit? But what I want to mention is, at the end of the day, did they help me? I don't know. Probably did. It probably helped me stay out of trouble in terms of, in year 7, like, if I didn't go through whatever had to happen, then who knows where I'll end up. I can't call it and say I would have ended up here or there. Like, I can't call it. It is what it is. I'm here now, right? So, do counseling sessions work? in some cases they do, but the reality is you also got to learn how to, learn how to develop your skill set in terms of how to deal with your emotions and your problems effectively without fatal consequences to self and others. Now, the flip side to that is you may think that you're by helping someone, that is dealing with a problem, but not really. Not really. In some cases, yeah, but it just comes down to certain things, right? They say it's about teaching them or showing them about who they are, finding out what their true purpose is, what their true personality on earth is. Once they know that, and you guide them towards that, then they're not necessarily going to need your help per se. They may need your help per se for something different, and whatever the case may be in regards to that. And do you see what I'm saying? And then you do what's necessary. But in most cases, when people say, "Oh, loan me, boom, boom, boom," like I've been there before. Do you see what I mean? Like, loan me. Like I think I was watching where he mentioned about his art, where the artie came through about the money for a washing machine, and he's like, "Oh, how much is it?" Do you see what I mean? And like I don't know what his auntie's situation is, so I'm not gonna go too deep because I don't go into that, because obviously everyone goes through their own personal situations. But my thing is, it's about, okay, what are you, it's like finding out what they're doing to solve that problem, to get that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, and then help. Like it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. But what I'm trying to say is it's about your mental state. You understand? It's about your mental state. That's the one thing I took away from the actual album itself and the actual movie. Like, it's just how to deal with your mental state, how to deal with your emotions and your problems effectively without fatal consequences to self and others, because you understand the knock-on effects of, if you don't do this, then this is going to happen, and if you do this, this is going to happen. So you're in the middle. It's like, fuck, what can I do? Do you understand? So one thing I strongly recommend is, if you click the link in the description box below, where it says become a member of the Thealkebulantrust, you will get access to online courses, yeah, such as healthcare. Because in that course there, that's where you're going to learn how to, learn exactly how to deal with your emotions and your problems effectively without fatal consequences to self and others, yeah. Plus, learn how to strengthen your mental health like you would do with your physical health, all right? Now, also, I'm going to mention in regards to the album, I don't particularly have a favorite track on the album. But let me know what your favorite track on the album is. Leave that down to the comment section below. I don't have a particular favorite as of yet. I think you've done a great job. So if you want to take another 2-3 years off, go on, because I know you're going to produce quality anyway. And some artists got it like that. Some artists, they had to be consistent and always, put out the music. But sometimes it's not about quantity, it's about quality, innit? So he delivered quality. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. And back to the whole grabs in the bucket situation. If you don't want to feel like that situation, like I said, click the link in the description box below. It says become a member of the Thealkebulantrust. You can get to courses like nearly forgot the courses. How can I forget? Yeah, to do with healthcare. But the other course I'm going to mention as well that I nearly forgot was career and business, because that's where you're going to learn what your personal mission on earth is, and then plus by default you'll be able to help those that need help from you on how to find out what their true personal mission on earth is, aka their purpose, and that way it's easier for you to really deal with certain situations. Yeah, so you don't feel like you're always dealing with people that have that crabs in a bucket mentality. But anyway, there's another link in the description box below where it says make a donation. You can make a donation of any amount, especially if you want us to continue going and growing. So if you've got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss on our videos, go ahead, leave that in the comment section below. And remember, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.